Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and today we are going to talk about the Leopard 1. Now before I start the video, I just want to mention that all 4 games you will see today were played within 1 hour during the same day. Now the Leopard 1 is a fantastic tier 10 German medium tank. It has the best DPM of any tier 10 medium tanks except for the FE4202 if you choose to fire a hash and if you pen all of the hash shells. It has great penetration, sitting up at 255, which is more than pretty much all of the medium tanks, or maybe even all of them, if I'm not mistaken. It also has great shell velocity that is just shy of 1500 meters per second on the APCR rounds that this tank carries as standard rounds. Now this tank also has a 350 alpha damage you can find on pretty much any medium tier 10 tank except from the Russian ones. The speed is exceptional. You go fast forwards, you are fast backwards, you are very nimble as well. So the only thing that holds the Leopard back is of course the armor. You can be penetrated with HE pretty much everywhere on your tank, everywhere on the side and everywhere on the back, and for some tanks that have some pretty nice HE penetration, they can pen you in the front as well, as thinking like for instance the FE4202 on the enemy team could pen me in the lower plate, or even I think in the upper plate while firing hash rounds. So now let's talk about what is happening right now. So none of the enemy medium tanks except the FE4202 has been spotted for the moment. Well, they're obviously all in the city or camping at the back. As you can see, one of the tank destroyers just got spotted. But here I'm thinking, well, the FE4202 has isolated himself. He's trying to kill my WT. I need to help my WT, so I'm going to try and get a shelling. Now here I should have actually gone forwards and tried to get behind the rock you can see on my left right now. But I got very lucky as the ST1 hit my tracks and didn't damage me. So here I'm just gonna push forwards and try and kill the FE4202, and here I'm going to be the biggest lazy person you will ever see. I'm just not proud of this play really. You cannot pen the upper plate of the FE4202 with the APCR rounds with the Leopard, although you can pen the turret. So just don't be like me, don't shoot him in the upper plate like an absolute moron. Just switch to your hit rounds if you want to do so, or you shoot him in the turret with your APCR rounds or in the lower plate. But just don't make the same misplays as I did right there. That was very bad. Now the purpose of this video is to show you that a tank with such high DPM that the Leopard has, it has a 3670 base DPM, means that you can just basically destroy the entirety of the enemy team very fast if you get into the right positions at the right time. With the DPM you are packing, you are just going to destroy all of the enemy tanks very, very quickly indeed. So that's how I play my Leopard. I played very aggressively. Now of course in some games you're going to be shut down first if you encounter most of the enemy team in front of you. So that's why you do need to stay and be careful because, well, like I said, this tank, it has no armor, so you are going to be penetrated by everything that shoots you, or you are very lucky like I was at the start of this game if they hit your tracks. But don't actually count on these things because they are very rare indeed. And this is what I love about the Leopard. It is the end game. Right now I have the best DPM on my team, so I can just destroy all of the enemy tanks very, very fast. So I'm going to pop my adrenaline, lowering my reload time to 4.7 or 4.8 seconds, and I'm going to shut down the WT. Now the first shell looks like it actually went a little bit too low and I hit the tracks, that's why I didn't damage him. So right here I'm going to try and track the IS-4 because I want the assistance damage as well as the damage I make myself. But I honestly thought I would damage him and track him for the first one, but that wasn't the case. But still a very nice game with 4.5k damage that we saw. As I think I managed to hit the FE a little bit. Oh no, actually I didn't. But an ace tanker because I had some very nice assistance damage. So I finished top on team with 1.5k free experience, and here you can see I had 1.4k assistance damage as well. And that gave me the ace for this very first game. And like I said, we have more games coming up, so let's jump into them. And for this next game we are playing on Hellas, and we are top tier, which is very nice. So immediately when you are playing a Leopard you need to look at the matchmaking, and I can see the enemies have some medium tanks, so I can try and fight them. The only medium tank I'm really scared of is the Object 140, as he has very nice DPM as well. I'm also scared of getting clipped by the T57 Heavy, getting shot by the Hori Type 2. I think I could take care of an E75 pretty easily, as well as an IS-7, as I can just run rounds around them while shooting them and auto-TPMing them. So I'm going to play the classic medium tank play, which is on the left hand side of this map. and I'm going to, like I said, be very aggressive. Now, maybe some of you are going to say that my playstyle is too aggressive in the Leopard, but I love playing these fast medium tanks with DPM, and I just, you know, I'm a pretty aggressive player, so I usually try to get the enemy, usually try and get the aggressive positions as fast as I can, because I really think that if you get these positions, you are going to be shutting the enemy team down very fast indeed. So I see the enemies are actually not contesting this flank, which I think is a big mistake. Now here I'm not very scared of waiting, because as you can see, the Hori only sees a little part of my turret and he misses me as well. Now I'm thinking about the Vickers cruiser that is actually trying to push my team, so I'm going to try and get him down. But I can also see I can get shots on the Object 140, and like I said, I'm more scared of the Object 140 than the cruiser. So I'm going to try and get the free shots on the Object 140 that seems to not care about me, which is a very big mistake, because look at this. In 1, 2, 3 we just put 3 shells into the Object 140. Maybe we'll be able to get one more, but actually it goes down, so that's not the case. So now I'm just going to try and get the Hori Type 2 that is unspotted, but maybe we hit him. We will have to see that later. Now actually I wasn't expecting the Leopards to be wrecked so hard by the cruiser, but it looks like the cruiser is shooting HE into the side of the Leopard, so well played by him, and he manages to shut down my Leopard. So I'm going to try and aim for the tracks, which I do. I'm going to track him, and now I can get behind him. As you can see, I have to speak very fast indeed, because this tank just destroys everything left, right and center with his DPM, and once it gets going, it is not stopping. So I'm going to blind shot the Hori again, and I'm looking for the E50 to spot him, but actually I wasn't expecting the E50 to spot him this early, and that's why the E50 shuts him down. So here I'm just gonna shoot. I mean, why not? It could have penned, and if you don't try, you won't ever pen him anyway. So it looks like the M46 is AFK, which is very lucky indeed for me, so I can slow down the commentary a little bit. So right now I do actually not recommend shooting AFKs first, but as I see, this game is a win anyway, and I'm still full HP. I decided, well, you know what, I'm going to shoot him, but I got karma on the first shell for shooting the AFK, that's why it's missed. So now I'm just going to focus my attention into the E75 and look at this tank. When it unleashes its DPM, it's just crazy. I'm going to get lucky as well, a high roll and a fire, but just look at this. I'm just going forward, shooting left, right and center, continually shooting. I'm at 4.3k already, and the IS-7 still has massive HP left, and I'm going to high roll for the last shell, getting 4.5k damage that we see. But I think I did blind shot the Hori 1 or 2 times, so we should be just over 5k damage. There you go. But only a second class this game, as probably I wasn't spotting for myself, and I didn't do a lot of assistance damage. So still 1.3k experience, base experience, getting me on top of the team. Missed 2 shells only, including that one on the M46, and a very nice game into the Leopard that was only played, I think, 20 minutes after the first one. But to prove you that, you know, these weren't 2 lucky games, I'm going to show you 2 more games for these Leopards played within the same armor, to show you that this tank is truly monstrous and an absolute beast on the battlefield. And so here we are for the 3rd game, playing on Yukon, and once more I am top tier, which is very nice. So I can see the enemy have 2 medium tanks, but they are both at tier 9, but they are clippers, so I should be careful, and I think they are in platoon as well. So I definitely should try not to get caught out by these tanks, because if they all pen me, which they obviously are going to do, I'm going to lose all of my HP very quickly. So once more I'm just going to play the standard medium tank play on this map, which is going left. And so here we go. I am still scared of 2 of the enemy tank destroyers, as you should be in this tank, and the T-54 as well. So I'm going to turn my turret to, well, actually try and spot the enemies and be able to shoot them when I cross. It seems like none of them are actually trying to get through, so I'm just going to get forward. But here we go, they are spotted. Now this first shell probably missed because of the little ridge line or something, I don't really know, because I really thought my shell wasn't aimed that badly. But I'm going to shoot a second one, and the second one just goes into the manslet, because it went a little bit to the left. So right now I'm actually already frustrated, and this game wasn't even going on for 1 minute. So I can't trade with this T-54 because he has an autoloader, and to all intents and purposes, if he tracks me, I'm going to be shut down. And so once more it looks like my shell just doesn't want to get in, and missed. And the 4th time I just only destroyed his observation device without damaging him, and now I'm just like, yeah, fuck this guy, I'm sorry for my language, but I'm just not going to shoot him anymore. I can't be bothered. This guy has some crazy RNG, and that's enough for me. So I'm going to just switch to HE to shoot the WT. And so let's go, the first shell, the second shell, and this is just magical, guys. What you can do in the Leopard is just absolutely amazing when it gets going, and just like that we have 1.2k damage on the WT. That seemed like the easiest damage you could ever get. Now just to come back a little bit about the first shell that missed. Normally this tank has great gun handling, so you can be a little bit cheeky and just not really aim at your opponents. So I really think I was actually very unlucky to miss all of these shells and to only damage the observation barrage of the T-54 with my forward shell. So right now, I mean, I just see we are 2 tanks up. I see also that the T-57 is pretty much a one-shot, so I'm just going to push forwards. I can see the FE is not actually in a position to shoot me right now, so I'm going to shut down the T-57, and now I have in my head to actually destroy the Kranvang. But fortunately I see the FE is actually going to try and shoot me, which I do not understand, as he has 3 tanks in front of him, and I just don't understand why this team is waiting. I'm just like, yeah, just go, guys. I mean, you are literally 4 over there trying to shoot the FE. How is he still alive? And all of them are actually full HP as well. And finally they shut him down, so now I can just play the Leopard. I can shoot into the side of the object 268 that is probably wanting to kill the Kranvang. I think I'm maybe going to pop up some adrenaline as well, just to be able to fire even quicker. I'm going to aim for the tracks, tracking him, so that may give me some extra assistance damage, which is very nice. I'm going to shoot a shell into the lower plate of the Kranvang. Can maybe try and sneak another one, perfect. And now I'm just going forwards. I'm going to switch to heat, but I didn't actually think the Kranvang would turn his turret, and I didn't have the time to switch, so I just shot my heat round into the side of his turret. And here I'm just going forward. I don't get why the Sheridan is trying to run away, as he's full HP and the Kranvang isn't loaded, so, and even if he was loaded, he couldn't have been able to kill him, so I don't really understand that. But never mind, a 5k damage and a very, very fast game, again in the Leopard, in a game that was played only a few minutes after the past one. And so this is again an ace tanker for the Leopard for 5k damage, and I think I've proven my point already that this tank is an absolute monster, and that you can have some cracking games back to back if you play aggressively, and if you are careful enough to not be penetrated by HE indeed. And so let's just jump into the last one. And to end this video as it should end, we are playing on mines, of course, and we are top tier again with some tier 9s playing. And well, as always, there is one thing I want to do on this map, and that is contest the hill, and that is exactly what I'm going to tell my team, I believe, in just a second. Now actually, when I say top tier, it's a bit stupid, of course, because we are tier 10, but I just mean we are playing against some tier 9. So here we go. I'm saying I'm going here, I need some cover, because I see there are 3 enemy medium tanks on the enemy team, and we only have 2, and that makes me very nervous indeed. Because if all of the enemy teams contest the hill, that's just going to be a pain in the ass. But I'm just like, well, you know what, I'm fast, I'm just going to go, and well, we will see how it turns out. So I'm going to shoot the Leopard once, and right now actually I'm pretty much certain we won this game. Why? Because I have the hill, and the hill is the most important position on this map. And as this tank has great gun handling that I can finally show you, I'm just not scared of actually trying to get a sneaky shot into the grill like this. I mean, he doesn't have the time to aim for me, and if he hits me, that would have been a very lucky shot indeed. So now I see the Emil is going forwards, which means the grill can't shoot me, as the Emil is in the middle of me and the grill, and so I can just go forwards and get a shot into the Emil. So I can maybe do the same with the T-62A, but I see all of them are actually looking at me, and I need to be very careful because I can't bounce anything. And if I get shut down, well, this game could turn to be very ugly. Now, fortunately, it looks like the grill does manage to hit me there, which is well played, a nice shot. I can't say anything else about that. So I'm like, well, you know what, I'm not going to try and contest the hill over there anymore. If I can get like a sneaky shot into the standard B, that may help my team out. I mean, damage is damage, and so I just decide, you know what, I'm going to try and help my friends on my right side. Now I have no idea what the E100s were thinking or what he's doing, as he's just dead and still pushing forwards. I mean, dude, what the hell? And it seems like he actually pens the mouse like 1 or 2 times max. And now the standard B is going forward once more. I have no idea what happened with this shell, as it seemed like it was aimed perfectly and he couldn't actually even miss, but okay. So I'm just not scared of trading with this guy, because if I can shut him down, that means there is no one in the tank destroy position that can try and contest me, and I'm just free to do whatever I want on this hill. So now the Leopard actually went a little bit too much forward, so I'm going to try and kill him. Now this is a little bit of a sneaky shot. I should have just shoot the Emil really, but the biggest threat is a Leopard, and he's a one-shot, so I mean, I could have tried to kill him as well. I don't think it was a misplay. I think it was also just a little bit of an unlucky shot, and the sneaky shot that, well, just wouldn't have been able to get in, or at least not reliably. So now we can just shut down the standard B that, well, still was within the same bush, and now I'm just going to aim for a sneaky shot on the object 260, and once more the RNG decided, well, no, you are not going to pen this guy, and the shell goes a little bit low, which means I miss the weak point and I shoot his hull. And that's why I missed again. Don't get fooled, because this tank is supposed to have an amazing gun. So you can definitely try and get the sneaky shell. So once more my gun just goes up, down, and I shoot into the rock, because why not? That's just how it is. But now actually I think the videos are pretty nice to show you that even if you are pretty unlucky with the RNG you have, you're still doing some great damage. I mean, I had, I think, an average damage of like 4.9k damage with this Leopard over the few games I played, which is very nice. So I'm just not going to waste my time anymore with the T62A, as he's not going forward. But I see I can shoot the object once, so why not doing that? Now finally the T62A goes forward, and I am able to shoot him. And well, my shell goes where I want, so very nice. And just like that, we are at 5k already, and now it's just farming with the Leopard. I don't really want to get hit by the object 268, because if I have to try and contest with the mouse, well, he can still shoot me down. But as he's a one-shot, I'm just going to get him, and now I just have to deal with the mouse, shooting once in the side. And now I'm just going to aim to be certain I don't hit the turret, and I shut him down, ending this video up with 5.5k damage in the Leopard on mines. So just like that, I just managed to have some amazing games under 4 minutes in the Leopard, because this is an absolute beast of a tank. So unfortunately it looks like we were, I think, 10 experience shy of an ace for this game, as I had some other games with 1.5k damage that was an ace, and here we are just shy of 1.5k experience. But never mind, I mean, I will take it anyway. So we did miss a few shells and bounce a few shells, but I don't really care. I mean, I had a good game on this map. It wasn't perfect, I did miss a few shells, the RNG wasn't amazing, but I'm definitely not going to complain if I can have some of these games in the Leopard during 1 hour of play session. And now I can finally breathe, because I don't have to scream and talk as fast as I did during the game. So the Leopard 1, I personally love this tank, I really do, and if you're a medium tank lover, I would say just go for it, because it's absolutely amazing. Although you need to be very careful, because like I said, this tank is not very noob friendly, because it is never going to bounce, and you can be shot by HE, so if you're caught out into a wrong position, you're just going to get shut down very quickly. But it's so good that if you get the tank working, it's just an absolute beast. It really is just insane, and I love the tank. The 9 degrees of gun depression, the speed, everything is just amazing about the tank. So if you are, well, a very good player or a good player and you don't have the Leopard yet, I don't know what you're doing, just go grind for it, because it's just absolutely amazing. And that was it for today. Now if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, it really helps the channel out. I wish you a very good day, and I will see you in the next one.